they've got nothing else to achieve, they've got no direction, and then they end up quitting. In a previous video, I spoke a bit about the past and how it can be very destructive, how it can hold us back, prevents us from achieving success in life, because we're dwelling too much on the past and all the failures and all the disappointments, and that ends up becoming more of what we have experienced now in the present. In this video I want to talk more about the future, the other side of it, because that as well, if you're not careful, could be a very destructive thing. It could be something that can hold you back, something that could maybe lead to maybe quitting or just not enjoying the present moment right now that you're in. The reason why that is really for two reasons I want to talk about in this video. The first one is procrastination. It's something that is very easy to have or to experience, because it's easy to hold off things that you don't want to do until another time. It's easy to be comfortable right now and just think, oh well, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next month, next year, I'll wait till I'm better off financially, or wait for the circumstances to be better, or even the circumstances to be perfect. And the problem there is that everything's going to be held off, and maybe might not even happen, or if it does, it'll be much later on rather than right now, which is really the best time. The other reason really, which is the one I want to talk about more in this video, is like before when I was talking about the past, how we dwell on the past and that past ends up being our present. If we dwell on the future and we think of the disappointments from that, which could be that we might have a goal set, and there's nothing wrong with setting goals. It gives us direction, it gives us somewhere to go. But the thing is, if we hold onto that too much to a point where we're disappointed that we haven't reached that point yet, that could be also a big reason why we end up either quitting or just not enjoying the process right now that you're in, enjoying the journey that you're on. I'll use a few examples. So one of them could be to do with maybe fitness. You might have a goal to be able to deadlift 200 kilos and you haven't reached that point yet. So then instead of think about the accomplishments that you're in right now, that you have right now, where you're at, and enjoying that process, you're thinking, well, I want to reach 200 kilos, but I am not there yet, so I'm failing. Or you're impatient and you're thinking, well, I'm not going to be happy until I reach that 200. And it's the same thing if it's martial arts. You go there, your goal is to get a black belt, and then you're thinking, well, I'm not going to enjoy the process. I'm not feeling that I'm any good until I reach that black belt, and that's off in the distance. I'm not there yet, and it's kind of out of reach. It's the same thing with if you financially want to be a millionaire. If you're not a millionaire just yet, then you might think that maybe you're failing somehow, or you're impatient. I'm not going to be happy until I end up being that millionaire. Whether you have a deadline set, or you're just thinking, oh, just sometime in the future I'd like to, and it ends up stuck in your mind that you're not there yet. And that's a habit, it's a thought that's going to keep repeating, because you're thinking, well, you're failing, you're not there yet, it's out of reach, and you're not going to be happy until you reach it. And the thing is as well with that is that because you're missing out on so much, 99% of the time, you're missing out on the fun times that you have during that process, during that journey of that will lead you to that point. So if you want to be a black belt and you're white belt, enjoy your time as a white belt. Enjoy your time as all the other belt ranks, whatever it is, BJJ, blue, purple, brown, whatever it ends up being. Enjoy every moment of it, because if you're going to hold off everything until the point that you reach a black belt, and you think, I'm not going to be happy until I reach it, and you reach it, you might be happy at that point because you've achieved something, but then what? And a lot of people tend to quit from the moment they end up being a black belt. So they get the black belt, they feel like they've got nothing else to achieve, they've got no direction, and then they end up quitting. And it's the same thing with a lot of things, like with fitness. They want to get stronger, they want to reach a certain point, they want to have a certain level of fitness, and they end up quitting until before they reach that, because they're not happy in the situation they're in right now. Another way you could think about this is a kid on Christmas Day, they'd be excited about maybe Christmas present that they're going to be getting, and they have it in their minds that throughout the whole December, they're not going to be happy, they're not going to be satisfied until Christmas Day when they have that present. That's the time when they're going to be happy, that's the time when they're going to enjoy the present at the time of their life. And the problem is they're missing out on the whole of December enjoying the excitement that lead up to Christmas, and when Christmas comes, they end up, yeah, they might have a bit of fun for 10-15 minutes with that present, but then that's all kind of gone then. They're back to being bored, back to not being excited about anything. So that really they're spending that 1% of thinking that they're going to enjoy it, but it's that 1% that they're actually enjoying, and the rest of it they're not. And that's a big reason why I think that dwelling too much on the future, yes, you can look at it as a way to have some sort of guidance, some sort of direction, but never think of it so much as like, I'm not going to be happy until I reach that point. Because the thing is, once you reach it, you sort of stop. Because you've achieved it, you stop. If you're more focused on where you are right now, the journey you're on, the present, you're always going to be traveling in a certain direction, and you're going to be enjoying it. So when you do reach that point, if you do reach, for example, the black belt, you're going to want to keep moving on, keep going further, whether it's becoming a second degree, third degree, or trying a different style, or it's expanding somehow, traveling the world, because they're enjoying the moment they're in right now. There's no stop and then starting again, trying to find something else, try to find another goal to achieve. So it's the same thing with anything really. Just always enjoy the moment you're in, but at the same time, just not worry too much about not reaching a certain point yet. You think, okay, well, I will reach that point. I'm heading that direction. I'm heading that way, but I'm going to enjoy every moment I have, and you end up loving it more. You'll end up spending 100% of the time loving the moment, rather than thinking, well, I'm going to enjoy 1% of it and just 99% of it's going to be, oh, I'm not there yet, I'm disappointed, I'm impatient. So I think that's a really important thing to have, something where, like, I've talked about the past, I've talked about the present, the future, and how I spoke about how time basically can be destructive. It can be good, like the past, you can look back at future experiences and lessons you learned along the way and some accomplishments. The future gives you direction, it gives you goals to set, but at the same time, where you should be most of the time is the present moment you're in now, because that's where you are, that's where you end up shaping the journey you're on, is in that present moment. So that's what I want to say in this video, was just talk about that. I just felt like I couldn't just talk about the past and then ignore the future. I want to do one video and then do the next. So I hope this was all useful. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you in the next video. Please like, share, comment, and yeah, share with anybody you think that would benefit from this. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.